Good morning, friends. Happy Monday. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Today is Monday, March 23rd, 2020. The weather outside today is pretty cloudy and it looks like it maybe rained and it might rain more today. The question of the day is, who is your hero? But I know on Mondays we normally have our question of the day is, what did you do this weekend? So if you guys want to send a picture or talking point or something about what you did this weekend or comment on the video, you can do that as well. I'm going to keep reading our Junie B. Jones today as well, but I also wanted to let you know that the story for Go Formative today is Red Sings from the Treetop, and I'll send that in talking points too, just in case you can't find it in the YouTube channels of the read alouds, but it is there too. And the question for that today is, how does the author's description of the colors help us visualize the season? Remember, we talked about the word visualize and how we can picture in our minds when we're visualizing. So I'm going to read Junie B. Jones. Remember, so far she packed her bags to go to Richie Nana's, and they just got in the car to go over to her house, and this chapter is called Going to the Ball. So, wonder what this ball is. Let's see. Lucille was sitting in the middle. She whispered real quiet to me in that grace. Beg for my poodle, she said. You promised, remember? You promised to beg for my poodle. Me and that Grace looked and looked and looked at each other because we didn't actually want to do that particular thing. So they just wanted to stay with Richie Nana. Lucille poked at us. Come on, you promised, she whispered. You promised to beg. I did a sigh. Then I thinked about what to say. Finally, I took a deep breath. Hey, Nana, guess what? Lucille wants a poodle, apparently, and so you should buy her one, do you think? I asked. Yes, could you? Asked that Grace. Because she's making us beg you, or else we can't spend the night. The Nana's mouth came all the way open. Oh, so that's what this is all about, huh? Well, my granddaughter knows perfectly well that I'm allergic to dogs, so you can tell Lucille that a poodle is out of the question, I'm afraid. I patted Lucille, very understanding. A poodle's out of the question, we're afraid, I said. Lucille kicked her feet up and down. Beg harder, she whispered. You have to beg harder. I did a frown. Are you firm on that, Nana? I asked. No poodle, Lucille, said Nana, very snappish. Lucille kicked her feet some more. I knew that dumb idea wouldn't work, she grouched. Just then, the car stopped in front of a big iron gate. Grace's eyes opened big and wide. Wow, this gate looks like a castle gate, she said. Lucille smiled a teeny bit. It's not a castle gate, you silly head. Grace, she said, this is the gate to my house. The Nana pushed a button and the gate opened right in front of our eyes. Hey, that button is like magic, I said. Lucille smiled bigger. After that, the Nana drove down a long driveway. She stopped in front of a big, beautiful house. Lucille jumped out of the car and ran inside. Me and that Grace followed after her. And guess what? Lucille's house was even beautifuler on the inside than it was on the outside. There was a beautiful long row of stairs and a beautiful big bough of flowers and a beautiful giant sparkly ceiling light made out of glass. I did a gasp at the glistening thing. That light takes my breathing away, I said. Lucille skipped all around in circles. She's singing a loud song in our ears. See, I told you I was rich. See, I told you I was rich, she sang. She made that song up, I believe. After that, she took our hands and showed us all the rooms in her house. She showed us the living room and the dining room and the kitchen and the big giant patio and the daddy's office and the mother's office and the family room and the pool room where you play pool and the outside pool where you swim and the hot tub and the library and the gym and the Nana's room and the mother and daddy's room and the fancy gold bathroom with the jacuzzi and the brother's room and the whole bunch of guest rooms. Then, finally, Lucille showed us her very own bedroom. And it looked like a bedroom where a princess lived. Lucille's bed had a pink frilly roof on top of it. That is called a canopy, she explained. It matches my pink silk draperies and my pink silk bedspread. and my pink telephone and my blush pink rug and my wallpaper with pink flowers in it. And see my TV and my stereo and my computer and my CD player? She pointed to the corner. And did you notice all the big stuffed animals standing over there, she asked. My eyes popped out of those giant guys. The giraffe was bigger than even me. Me and that Grace ran to play with them. No, stop, don't, shouted Lucille. You're not allowed to touch them. They are just for show. Huh? Said that Grace. What? I said. How come? Because they were expensive, that's how come, she said. Those animals costed Nana a fortune. Oh, I said, kind of disappointed. Oh, said that Grace. We sat down on Lucille's bed. Lucille shouted at us again, no, get up, you're not allowed to sit there. That bedspread is just for show. Me and that Grace springed right off there. Lucille quick smoothed the material with her hand. Don't you know anything, she said. This bedspread is made out of silk, I told you. I'm not allowed to get it soiled. Oh, I said. Oh, said that Grace. After that, Lucille skipped over to her dresser and she pressed a button on the mirror. A million bazillion lights came on. Look at this, she said. This is my very own professional makeup mirror. It is the same kind of mirror that they use for movie stars. My Nana brought it all the way from Hollywood, California. Me and that Grace run to the sparkly mirror. We looked at ourselves in the bright lights, and then we sticked out our tongues and made funny faces. There they are. Lucille quick turned it off. It's not a toy, she grouched. After that, me and that Grace just stood very still, and we didn't touch anything. This is going to be a long evening, I said, kind of quiet. Only just then something very wonderful happened. Lucille's Nana came in the room, and she was carrying a big box of dress-up clothes. I thought you little gals might have fun with some of my old evening gowns, she said real nice. They're as old as the hills, but they're still quite stunning. Lucille ran to the box, speedy quick. Let's play Cinderella, she said. She pulled a beautiful, sparkly pink gown. I'm Cinderella, she shouted. Then that Grace shoved me out of her way, and she ran to the box, too. She pulled out a sparkly blue gown. I'm the fairy godmother, she yelled. I did a huffy breath at those two, because now I had to be an ugly stepsister, probably. I bended down and searched through the box, very careful. Then all of a sudden, my hands felt something long and silky and softy. I quick pulled it out of there. The Nana's whole face lighted up. Oh, my goodness, my old feather boa, she said. Why, I haven't seen that thing in years. I danced all around with that lovely thing. I love this, Nana. I love this old feather boa. Just then, another great idea popped in my brain. Oh, boy. Here they are playing dress up. Hey, I know. I will be the famous singer that sings at Cinderella's ball. Lucille and Grace looked funny at me. What singer? Said Lucille. There's no singer, said that Grace. I stamped my foot at them. Yes, there is. There is too a singer, and I am her, and my name is Florence, the famous singer, and I will be performing show tunes from the hit musical Annie. So there. Lucille and Grace shrugged their shoulders at me. Then they dressed up in their beautiful gowns, and they went to the ball. And I sang, "The sun will come out tomorrow." Chapter 6 is called Bouncing. After we finished playing Cinderella, the Nana called us to dinner. Me and Lucille and that Grace skipped into the big dining room. We sat at a long, shiny table. Pretty soon, Lucille's Nana came in from the kitchen, and she gave us our dinner. And guess what? Its name was Beans and Franks. Hooray, I said. Hooray for Beans and Frank, because this is my favorite kind of home cooking. The Nana did a teeny smile. Well, we usually have a cook, but I gave her the night off, she said. After that, the Nana poured milk into beautiful, sparkly glasses. Ooh, Nana, these are the best crystal glasses, said Lucille, real thrilled. I love these expensive things. Me too. I love these expensive things too, I said. Only too bad for me, because nobody even told me that crystal glasses were very heavy. And so when I picked up my glass, it slipped right out of my hand, and it fell on the floor, and it broke into lots of pieces. Lucille's whole mouth came open. Oh no, you broke it. You broke my Nana's crystal glass. The Nana's face was reddish and scrunchy. Sorry, Nana, I said real soft. Sorry I broke your crystal glass. The Nana sucked her cheeks way into her head. Let's try to be more careful, shall we, dear? She said. I bobbed my head up and down. We shall, I said back. After that, I ate my beans and frank, very careful. Only pretty soon my frank spilled off my fork and landed on the Nana's white tablecloth. Oh no, hollered Lucille. That's my Nana's good linen tablecloth. She brought it all the way from Ireland. The Nana's face was twisty and puffy. I quick pushed my plate away from me. My stomach felt in a tight knot. Yeah, only guess what? I'm not actually hungry anymore, and so I'll just sit here and not spill anything, I think. The Nana cleared up my messes with a wet cloth. After she finished, she brought us chocolate ice cream for dessert. Only too bad for me, because a teeny plop of ice cream dropped right off my spoon, and it landed on my chair cushion. And the Nana did a big breath. You're a bit of a bull in a china shop, aren't you, dear? She said. Sorry, Nana, I said. Sorry, sorry, sorry. The Nana patted my hand very stiffish. Quite all right, she said, very kind of mumbly. After that, I got down from the table, and me and my friends went back to Lucille's room. And guess what? Things got funner. Because Lucille said we could play with the games in her closet on account of they weren't expensive. First, we played Chutes and Ladders. Then we played Twister and Bingo and Chinese Checkers and Tic-Tac-Toed and Candyland. Plus, also we played Let's Spin Till We Get Real Dizzy and Fall Down. And guess what? I didn't even break anything. Hey, I think I'm getting the hang of this party, I said, very happy. Just then, the Nana knocked on Lucille's door. Time for you ladies to put on your pajamas, she told us. I danced all around the room real happy. Hooray, I said. Hooray for pajamas, because I brought my favorites. I quick put them on. See them, Nana? See how biggish and baggish they are? This is how come they feel so comfortable. The Nana's eyes looked down at me. How very charming, she said. Just then, that Grace jumped right in front of me. Look at my Nana, she said. See mine? My pajamas have neon green polka dots on them. How very colorful, said the Nana. All of a sudden, Lucille popped out of her big closet. Ta-da! Look at me, everyone. I'm wearing my beauteous pink satin nightie. See me? See how lovely I look? I look like a gorgeous model in this thing, she said. Lucille, let me and that Grace feel her material. How very smoothie, I said. After that, me and Grace unrolled our sleeping bag on the floor, and Nana took the silk bedspread off Lucille's bed. Time to get your beauty sleep, princess, she said, Lucille. Then those two kissed and hugged goodnight, and the Nana shut the door. Only guess what? Lucille didn't even get in bed. She kept twirling around the room in her pink satin nightgown. There they are in their pajamas. This is how models twirl, she said. They twirl so you can see their fronts and their backs. Lucille wouldn't stop twirling. See my front, see my back, she said. Me and that Grace got up on her bed to watch her twirl. Lucille's bed was very soft and cushy. We bounced up there a teeny bit. Lucille stopped twirling. Hey, don't, she said. That bed is for beauty sleep only. I patted her bed, very admiring. Yeah, only it's too bad we can't actually play up here, because this mattress is a bouncy one, I said. Just then, Lucille's face did a sneaky smile. Want to bounce, she said, real soft. Want to really, really bounce? She tiptoed to her door and looked down the hall. Come on, she whispered. Follow me. I grabbed Philip, Johnny, Bob, and followed after Lucille and that Grace. We tippy-toed down the hall and around the corner. Then Lucille opened the door to a big guest room, and there was a giant bed in that place. See it, she said. See how huge that bed is? My Nana had it specially made in case we have tall company. Lucille quick shut the door after us. Come on, let's go, she said. And so after all of us run on to the big bed speedy quick, and we jumped and jumped and jumped on that thing. I sang joyful songs. It's called Jumping, Jumping, Jumping on a Giant Bed. Jumping, jumping, jumping on that giant bed, I sang. Only too bad for me, because all of a sudden I remembered something very important, and it's called Mother and Daddy Said No Jumping. I got off the bed speedy fast. Yeah, only here's the problem, I said. I'm not actually allowed to jump because Mother and Daddy said no jumping, and so you guys should stop jumping too, because that would be polite of you. Lucille and that Grace didn't pay attention to me. That is how come I had to get back on the giant bed and shout in their faces, Stop jumping, I said, because I'm not allowed to jump and you guys shouldn't jump too. Grace springed way high in the air. Who's jumping? I'm not jumping, she said. She giggled very silly. I'm bouncing. Just then, my face got happy. I hugged and hugged that girl because Mother and Daddy didn't say I couldn't bounce. After that, I bounced and bounced and bounced. Bouncing, bouncing, bouncing on a giant bed, I sang. I bounced till sweat came on my head. Then I flopped down on the bed to rest. I flopped on a plumpery pillow. Ooh, Lucille, this is the most plumply pillow I ever saw, I told her. Of course it is, silly, said Lucille. That's because my Nana has all the pillows handmade in Sweden. I quick swing the plumpery pillow over to my friend Grace. Grace, hey Grace, feel how plumpery this pillow is, I said. Only Grace didn't actually see it coming and it accidentally hit her head. I peeked at her under that thing. Yeah, only that did not even harm you, I bet, because plumpery pillows don't hurt people. Right, Grace? Right? That Grace did a teeny grin. Then she took the plumpery pillow off her head and she swinged it all around. And she hit me in the tummy. Oof, I said. Then I laughed and laughed. Hey, I was right. Plumpery pillows don't hurt people. After that, I hit Lucille in the head with my plumpery pillow. Plus, also, I hit that Grace again. Then those guys got their own plumpery pillows, and all of us kept on hitting each other. Very fun. Only just then, a mistake happened, because I didn't even know there was a rip in my plumpery pillow, and so the next time I hit Grace, all of my feathers exploded out of it. There were a million bazillion of those floaty things. They filled the whole air, practically. Lucille did a gasp. That Grace did a gasp, too. Uh-oh. I danced around, very giggling. Hey, it's snowing, I said. It's snowing, it's snow. Just then, the door swinged open very fast. It was Lucille's Nana. She was holding the broken plumpery pillow. My heart pounded hard inside of me. Hello, I said, very nervous. How are you today? I'm fine, except I'm having a little bit of a feather problem, apparently. The Nana walked at me very slow. Then she took my pillow out of my hands and she hided her face in that flatty thing. And she didn't come out for a real long time. Chapter 7 is called Peeping. So we have 2 more, I think. Peeping and Mourning. So we'll see how the rest of the slumber party goes. Maybe Junie B will stop getting in trouble. Okay, well, I will send all the stuff you guys need for this week or today in the next few days read aloud on the YouTube. And don't forget to comment or send me what you did this weekend if you want. You can send pictures, the talking points, or comment on the YouTube. Just let me know, and I hope you guys have an awesome Monday. Miss you and love you.